We're here. We're late, but we're here. Good evening, Truck and Tractor Pull fans. Hopefully, everybody's just having a wonderful day. How is Kendra this evening?
I'm doing pretty good. Running a little behind, but I'm good.
It seems to be the norm today.
Yes.
It's quite a day, but
Yeah. A lot going on today
oh
and
man,
gonna be for the next couple days, unfortunately. And
yeah.
unfortunately, it's not polling related at all.
Oh yeah, yeah. We're not going to say anything political, but I reckon we got us a good old gunslinging fight, boys and girls. So sit
Yeah.
back and enjoy the ride.
Yeah.
It's crazy, 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 crazy America, man. Wouldn't
Yeah,
expect
crazy is the
anything
only word
less.
for it.
Wouldn't expect anything less, I swear.
No.
But, anyway, I did manage to get a tractor pull win this weekend.
Woohoo!
It was antique. It's the first time I've been to a Delmarva tractor. I almost said truck and tractor, but they only pull tractors. But, very good deal. I was very impressed.
Did they have a good turnout?
It wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad tractor wise. I mean, it's that time of year. It's kind of cool, and it was pretty cool down there Saturday when the sun wasn't out. But I like the fact that they're self-contained. And by that meaning they got their own sled, and it's looks good. It works pretty good. They did have sled breakage towards the end of the show, but they got it straightened out and finished the show. So everybody got the hook. They got their own scraper, their roller. I mean, they have everything. They have their own. I mean, it's a complete show, and pretty good because I know a lot of antique clubs have to borrow this, borrow that, and stuff. These guys, they come ready to rock and roll. So, and yeah, they put on a good show. Tractors run good. I don't know what else to say, but I got some results. Yes, I do have results here, so I'm gonna make sure. I thought I left it out in the other room, but anything exciting going on in out your
In
way
Pennsylvania?
with Pennsylvania? No. Well, let's not talk about Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Well, in the tractor pulling world,
yes.
I do know that Interstate and Snyder County both have their final rule change meeting this week.
Okay.
So hopefully we'll have a little bit to report on next week from there. If there's any rule changes, anything discussed, I'll try to have all my facts straight by next week for everybody out there in the YouTube world.
Very good. Yeah, this they do have. I'm going to go ahead and mention this now before I get in. I got some results. I mean, some of the classes is only what I keep hearing feedback. I don't know if it's coming through my mic or not, but some of the classes only had one tractor in it. We'll still read them all. But,
Okay.
John Smith, club president, just called me a little while ago here, and they have one more hook that they're going to run at Tuckahoe, which is Easton, Maryland, Tuckahoe Steam and Gas Showgrounds, right on Route 50 in Easton, Maryland. And it's going to be November 21st. Registration will open at 8 a.m. This is an antique pull, tractor pull. And they will start pretty prompt at 10 a.m. So, and there will be no rain dead if it gets rained out. Being it's getting this late in the year, they're not going to reschedule. So, but
man, that could be a cold one. November 21st.
That's okay. It's a tractor pull, so I have every intentions of being there. And I talked to the club actually has a guy that shoots some photos for them and stuff. And I met some guys for the first time at I've kind of have seen at other pools up here in Delta that come up and pool, and got to finally meet them and talk to them. Pretty good group of guys. They all seem to get along pretty good. Of course, there's always a rivalry here and there, but and we had a little fun with that. But yeah, it was a lot of fun, and I look forward to going back down there. Be a lot of fun. So we're filming it and everything. In fact, I got a class done, and if it decides to work, it's been that kind of day. There we go. But this is a class that they put together, a special class called None Ya Business. It's an open mile per hour class.
I like that.
Yeah. Pretty good deal. That first tractor you see there, actually it's Mark's Haney. He is the binder. got some meetings coming up. You're going to also here shortly talk about the Easton start. And that's this. Well, normally they pull the other way, but with the rains earlier that week, so there's a little soft down there on the big end where we normally have to start it. It works very well. I bet he can't now. Sorry about that. Thank you, Davey. And reason being is I had to rebuild this program again and again and again almost every week. But anytime you remove an add-on program like the VLC video thing you see and reload it, you got to remember to turn the sound off or you get to hear it. So I don't know what all they actually did not hear, but I was saying that that farm that pulled the first one you saw when the video started was Lawrence Heyman, and he owns the Bulls Binder Hot Farm, 466 Hot Farm. Him and his son Doug campaigned on East Coast, but anyway. And Nick Berger, you see pulling air, actually used to pull diesel trucks and sold the truck, and now this is his toy, and that thing is tough to beat. That is a good running 2-cylinder there, man. But anyway, I've got some results I'll go over here real quick.
Okay.
And well, I ain't worried about real quick. It's been one of them days. I'm going to enjoy myself here. So. But yeah, it's a mess of classes. 3,500 Division 2C, 3.5 mile per hour. They had one tractor. Amanda George, who is I believe she's the secretary for Delmarva Tractor Pullers. And she was the only tractor in class at 175.74. And then
hey, she still won. That's all that matters.
Absolutely.
That's all she needs to tell people. I won.
And she came back and pulled again Division 2, 3.5 mile an hour. And that's just Division 2, not 2C. I'm sorry, I don't know what the differences are. I need to read the rules. But and Amanda George again at 211.60. And then we had Division 2C, 3.5 mile per hour. 4,000 pound. I'm sorry, that was 4,000 pound. Was George Bradley at 217.84, and then they had the 4,500 Division 2 4,500 pound 3.5 mile an hour. The winner was Richard McIntyre the third at 219.21, and Amanda George was second at 214.26. So there's 2 wins in the second so far for her.
Good for her.
Busy person, pulling and taking care of. Well, her and Gloria Smith take care of registration duties there and stuff. So
Okay.
Then the 4,500 Division 2C, 3.5 mile per hour. Nick Borga took the win with that John Deere we were just talking about at 340.05. Second was Richard McIntyre the third with an Oliver 88 at 221.42. So that's quite a difference in distance.
Yeah.
Third was George Bradley, and he was pulling an Alice Chalmers. Is it a D17? Maybe I can't remember. I can't remember. 220.81. Fourth was Shelby Wimberly at 172.39. Fifth was Jimmy Nelson at. I had that wrong. Jimmy Nelson was fourth at 216.78, and fifth was Shelby Wimberly at 172.39. So let's see, 4,500 Division 3 at 6 mile per hour. Matthew Jones took the win at 240.61. Second was Jimmy Nelson with a Massey Harris 444 at 239.92. Third was Richard McIntyre with the Oliver 77 at 221.35. Fourth, Shelby Wimberly at 221.04. And fifth was George Bradley again at 190.13. We're just getting started. So, like I say, some of the classes they got into the bigger weights. There was, 1 or 2 tractors in classes. 4,500 Division 4, 6 mile per hour. He was the winner here. Let's see. Richard McIntyre the third at 237.11, and then Randy Huffnall was second at 215.41. And then we had Division 2, 5,000 pound, 3.5 mile per hour. Just making sure I get the class right. Our winner was Nick Borge again with the John Deere at 351.47.
Shoo.
But we're a little closer this time. Second was Joe McIntyre at 336.24. Third was George Bradley at 335 and 10, or 10. Fourth was Richard McIntyre. I don't know if that was the third or senior. Or the F460 probably be the third at 267.49. So it's amazing how you remember. You've never seen these people before, but you get to see these guys like 5 or 6 times a day.
Yeah.
And then you realize, like the Richard McIntyre the third, Richard McIntyre Senior, Joe McIntyre. So it's like the Nelson McIntyre brigade here.
Clearly they're big antique pullers there.
Oh,
in
absolutely.
That family.
You bet. Yeah, they got probably a couple trailers of them, I'm sure.
Cool.
Let's see, I forgot where I left off here. Third was George Bradley, 335 and 10. Fourth, Richard McIntyre with the Farmall 460 at 267.49. Fifth was Jimmy Nelson at 225.53. Sixth was Perrin Nelson. There's another Perrin. You don't hear that name often, but
yeah,
there's another Perrin at 218.63. Seventh was Tyler Nelson. There's that Nelson again, 215.63. And eighth was Kelsey Long at 186 and 85. That was a 9.8 tractor class. That's pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And then we had 5,000 pound Division 3 6 mile per hour. We're getting faster now. Okay. First was a name that if anybody pulls, at least in my neck of the woods, up here, down there, Olin Simpkins. Okay. Olin took the win at 366.02. Second was Mac McIntyre, which is Richard McIntyre Sr. at 362.97. Third, Richard McIntyre at 355 and 28. Fourth was Matthew Jones at 340.43. Now I've got something here that says, I probably messed these up, guys. I apologize. I got Richard McIntyre here at that's got to be a different. I'm going to stop because that might be a different class. I've got to go back through and go through them. But I do know Joe McIntyre did finish last in the 5,000 Division 3 with a DQ, and obviously was over speed limit because I remember if you heard the horn sound, you know you're in trouble. So, but and then there was some. Let's see, Division 4 5,008 mile per hour was Richard McIntyre. The third was the only tractor there at 229.19. The 5,500 Division 2 3.5 mile per hour was Randy Huffnell at 207 and 18. Then we had the Division 2 Division 2C, 5,500 pound, 3.5 mile per hour. And Nick Borga, again, took the win at 287.97. Second was Joe McIntyre at 275.86. Third, Kelsey Long at 219.67. Fourth was Perrin Nelson, 217 and 69. Fifth, Tyler Nelson, 214.19. And sixth was Jimmy Nelson at 213.96. Quite a family of Nelson and McIntyres.
Family affair. It's like the
yep.
Hatfields and McCoys.
Yeah.
Hopefully not that violent, but
yeah. So I got Davey B on tonight, and before I go any further, thanks. I got to move the screen around to see how many we have on here. We appreciate you tuning in. Soon, I mean, we're going to start having people on here. I think I sent an email to Brian Lively today. He actually sent me an email first, and Brian Lively actually is the owner of the Hook magazine and Pro Puller magazine, and they're getting ready to do some more work for them, I believe, here now that we're getting past some of the COVID issues going on as far as getting magazines delivered out and stuff. So I'll probably be back in action on the Pro Pulling magazine. I think I'm actually going to send this stuff I have for Delmarva to him for the Hook magazine. So, cool. But I'm thinking about having him on here soon just to fill us in how the magazines are going. And there's a huge pull coming up, hopefully, if it's not COVID inflicted, if you will, in Tunica, Mississippi. So, and some of these guys, the reason I brought that up, some of these guys towards the end of the day, was down near me talking, and that was one of the subjects that they started talking about was who I was going to Tunica.
Oh,
So,
cool.
yeah, a lot of them do actually go every year. So it's kind of like us going to Gordyville. They got to go a lot further.
Yeah.
Mississippi's quite a hike from here, but so yeah, it's those guys are serious about it, man. They load up and take off for the week, I guess, and go down and pull all they can pull down there. So
That's awesome, though.
yeah, Division 3, 5,500 pounds, 6 mile per hour. First place was Mac McIntyre or Richard McIntyre Sr. 309.29. Second was Joe McIntyre, 306.70. Third was Olin Simpkins at 304.26. Fourth was Amanda George. There's Amanda again at 302.06. And fifth was Matthew Jones at 283.55. And then we had we had a few classes run back to back here. It was Lawrence Heyman ran a 5,500 pound Division 5 8 mile per hour at 302.89. Let's see. Then we ran the Mind Your Business, the class we just was talking about there on the video screen there. And Olin Simpkins took the win there at 324.75. Second was Mac McIntyre at 323.30. Third was Lawrence Heyman with the Super NTA that we were talking about at 311.57. Fourth was Joe McIntyre at 307.08. Fifth was Nick Borga. Fifth, Nick. All of them wins and come here. I'm just kidding. Was fifth at 302.59. I think there's a secret how you beat that tractor, and that's open mile per hour. I think that's how you beat that John Deere. So, sixth was Richard McIntyre at 299.92. Seventh was Matthew Jones at 297.56. And eighth was Bobby Greenlee with a Farmall 560 at 284.92. So 8 tractors in that class. That was fun. Yeah, just crank them open at the line and go, man. It was don't have to worry about no mile per hour. Yeah, it's pretty neat. We had one tractor. I don't know what the division is. 6,000 pound was Chris Shankin, and he went 212.82. Then we had a Division 2, I'm assuming 6,000 pound, 3.5 mile per hour. Randy Huffnell at 205.74. Division 2C, 6,000 pound, 3.5 mile per hour. The winner was Joe McIntyre, 293.76. Second was Kelsey Long at 276.70, and Perrin Nelson was third at 204.37. We're still going. We're getting there, though. We're running out of names. Division 3, 6,000. I'm not sure the mile per hour. I got to look that up. First was Olin Simpkins at 315.53. Second was Mac McIntyre at 312.26. Third, Matthew Jones at 301.75. Fourth, Bobby Greenlee at 298.55. And fifth, with a DQ, the sound of the horn again, over a mile per hour, Joe McIntyre. Would have been 326.04. Actually, would have been first place.
Oh, man.
But when you're going too fast, I guess.
Yep, that's one of their rules.
Yep. Division 5, 6,000 pound, 8 mile per hour. The winner was Joe McIntyre at 333.43. Second was Lawrence Heyman with the Super MTA Farmall at 292.46. And third was Bobby Greenlee at 291.47. And then Lawrence ran some classes by himself. Division 6, 6,000 pound, 12 mile per hour. He pulled a distance of 331.29. Then he came right back and ran Division 3, 6,500 pound, 6 mile per hour, and went 327.94. And then one more time, Lawrence Heyman came back. Division 5, 6,500 pound, 8 mile per hour, and went 333.65. So he was a busy fellow there for a while.
Yeah.
But, Division 6, 8,500 pound, 12 mile per hour. First was, now these are Oliver tractors. They're getting into the bigger tractors now. The winner was Jeff Mitchell at 276.75, and I got a little more information on him here in just a second. Second was John Daffin, also with an Oliver, at 371.42. Jeff Mitchell. That's the first time I got to see Jeff Mitchell pull since I was a young fella. Jeff Mitchell,
Really?
many, many years ago, ran a modified tractor called the Blue Hen out of Delaware with a V8 Detroit engine on it called the Blue Hen. Yep, Jeff Mitchell. And now he's into antique pulling and still pulling. I give him credit. He's still at it. So all these years.
It's his retirement project.
Yep. Yep, Jeff Mitchell. It was pretty cool to see him go down the track again.
Cool.
And let's see. Then we had some passes made by George Calloway. He was kind of running by himself with a case. I think it's a 1070 case. Let's see. Division 4, 12,500 pound 8 mile per hour. He went 312.03. His second pass was Division 4, 13,500 pound 8 mile per hour, 292.31. And his third run was Division 4, 14,500 pound at 8 mile per hour at 304.49. That's more weight than I care to sling around. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then we finished out a couple more classes with the two Oliver tractors. Division 6, 9,500 pound, 12 mile per hour. John Daffin with his Oliver took the win at 264.21. Jeff Mitchell was second at 245.03. Then we had the Division 5, 10,500 pound, 8 mile per hour. John Daffin once again took the win with his Oliver at 294.2. I got that right. 294.21. And I'm sorry. That would be 304.19. Second was Jeff Mitchell at 281.80. And there's another run here by John Daffin. I know he ran by himself. I'm not sure what class it was, but in that individual run was 294.21, and that pretty much ended the day for antique tractor pulling at Tuckahoe. It was a good time. Could have been a little warmer, but when the sun was out, it wasn't too bad. And the guys, like I said, they put on a show. They're quick. I mean, it ain't like, where's everybody at? Let's get lined up and go, boys. I mean, when the sled was back here, they were out on the track and getting hooked. I was very impressed. They got their stuff together. So, whether you like antique pulling or not, you want to go to a tractor pulling, don't hesitate to go to Delmarva, because I'll tell you what, Delmarva tractor pullers have got their crap together, man. I was impressed.
Beggars can't be choosers, right?
And I'm telling you, November 21st, same area, same spot, at on Route 50, Tuckahoe Steam and Gas Showgrounds, Easton, Maryland. It's November 21st. They start at 10 a.m. If you want to go pull, registration opens at 8 a.m. and they ask that you get there, get registered. And they like to be done, I think it's 30 minutes before the start of the pool. They want to be done with you, and you need to be ready to go pulling. So,
well, with that many classes, you'd almost have to set a cutoff like that.
Yep. And the only time we had any issues, unfortunately, was when the sled broke. So they did get it fixed, and they got the show finished. So it's kudos to them for that too. So. But it's just nice, they show up, they have the complete show right there with them. They even have a distance sign,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, like you guys use an interstate.
Yeah.
And I wish we had one for East Coast. That's awesome. But, yeah, they have their own distance sign. I mean, they got it all, man.
Yeah, nothing against, antique clubs or anything, but those signs aren't cheap.
No.
So that says a lot for how their organization is running and what kind of sponsorship they have.
Their equipment is clean. It's painted up nice. It's not rusty junk. I mean, their sled looks good. Their rollers, their scraper, everything's looks good. I mean, they take care of their stuff. So, absolutely, if you want something to do November 21st, get your butts down there and check it out. I'm sure it's free. I don't think you have to pay anything to go in and watch them. So, pretty cool. Pretty cool deal.
Good deal.
So we're at 25 minutes. I tried to eat half the show up for you.
You did good. You did close.
I can't think of anything else from there other than we will have, and I know I did a promo for the diesel truck drags we did a couple weeks ago for Generation Motorsports, and they sent me, I'm going to pick on them.
Go for it.
This. Okay. Got to figure out what the brackets were for, the winners brackets and the second place brackets. I'm working on it. Pretty
Yeah.
soon, DVDs and the full event video will be on YouTube. I did make
Awesome.
a quick little, just a little promo video, about a minute long, for it. But man, I gotta go through all that, figure out who ran when, what lane, who ran in what lane. It's going to take a lot of work to edit that one. Believe it or not, it's not a lot time wise of video footage. There's a good bit, but it's just the amount of making sure you get everything right. And I don't
Making sure this person's truck is, right and all that kind of stuff. They did.
Yes.
You do have the list of like what their, not just their names, but like the description of the truck, right?
Oh yeah, I've got
Okay,
got the bracket thing here, which
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't tell me. I got to figure out who was the winners brackets and who was the second place brackets
Yeah.
down through. It's confusing because it's all together,
Yeah.
from what I can tell. So I'm sure if I got to get a hold of Chet or something to get it figured out, that's when he's back in town. I might have to do that. But anyway.
So yeah, the good news is the whole family's scattered across the country. So
Well,
because some of them's out in Colorado, some are down in South Carolina. So they're
yeah, I don't want it to set too long, and then
yeah,
I'll
exactly.
forget what was what. And
Yeah.
but, once I get this over here figured out, we'll be able to edit it pretty quick, I think.
Good deal.
Of course, there was 2 different cameras we used,
Mm-hmm.
and we're gonna, as the promo video showed. I mean, I probably won't show a starting line shot on every race,
Yeah.
but we're going to use it as much as we feel to make a decent video. So
Mm-hmm.
that's on the agenda. Then we're going to go right into the antique video and get it finished up, and then it's time to go pulling again on the 21st of November. We hope. I don't think we have anything planned here, so I think I'll take Cindy along as well, and she's gonna. And she doesn't know it, but I'm gonna park her down there at the end of the track, and she's gonna shoot photos for the day. So she'll enjoy it. She enjoys taking
I was
pictures.
gonna say, yeah.
Yep. So that's the game plan anyway. But I highly recommend them, and I actually talked to John twice today, Smith, and
Mm-hmm.
I asked him if the club actually sold a show. Like the whole
Uh-huh.
club comes to, like, say your fair and puts
Mm-hmm.
on a pool. They don't do that.
Really?
No, they don't do. They pay well, I don't know how they have it worked out, but they pay X amount of dollars to use the track that they pull at. However it's set up, I forget what he said, but yeah, but they are perfectly capable of doing that. But I guess maybe that's just something they don't want to, an avenue they would rather not fool with. I guess, but
Yeah.
they certainly
I
could
see
do it.
both sides to that
Mm-hmm.
coin there.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I know John's a busy person, full-time job in East Coast, and now with and plus he takes care of this, and I think he's president of the Pocono City Fairgrounds,
Sure.
events there. So he's a pretty busy person, him and Gloria. So, but anyway, tell us about Diesels and Dark Corners.
Yeah, so Diesel and Dark Corners, if anybody's looking to get out of town this weekend, White Plains, Georgia, they're having a 2-day event, 4230 Liberty Church Road, if anybody wanted to write that down. Um, like I said, down in White Plains, Georgia, so at least it'll be warmer down there. There is a couple East Coast trucks that I know of going down, and I believe, looking at their I don't know. It doesn't look like they're having their light pro tractors. I know in the past couple years, a couple of the light pro guys have gone down as well.
That I talked to Howard Meredith down there Saturday at
Uh-huh.
Easton, and he actually asked about that and said he's seen it. They weren't on the schedule this year to be down there. So
Yeah, that's what I saw light pro, but then I saw that it said mini mod afterwards. So, not sure what happened there.
uh,
Probably just trying something different. Clubs are allowed to do that, I guess.
huh?
But yeah, 2-day event. Friday, November the 6th. Polling will begin at 6 o'clock p.m. $10 per person, but if you have a military ID, you get in for $5. Kids 10 and under are free. The polling order on Friday night will be the 8,000 26 Pro Street diesel trucks, then the 7800 3.6 Pro stock diesels, the 2050 Pro Mod Minis with no forced induction, followed by the 8500 Pro Farm tractors.
That would
Then
be.
the what's that?
I love the alternative wording. Without
Yeah.
forced induction. In other words, naturally aspirated, no blowers.
Yeah.
No blowers or turbos.
Yeah. Fifth class will be the 2050 Super Mod Minis. The I guess those are the Grand National Minis. Sixth class will be the 8000 3.0 Limited Pro Stock Diesel trucks. Then the 1950 Light Super Mod Minis, which are blown small block minis. Then the 7500 Super Stock Diesel trucks. Then the 1950 Light Pro Mod Minis. Looks like 410 cubic inch carbureted small blocks. And then last but not least, the 20,000 Limited Pro Stock Semis. And
wow.
then on...
a lot of stuff down there. Wow.
Yeah, lots of classes. And then Saturday night, or actually Saturday daytime, they're going to have a show and shine event from 1 to 4 o'clock. And then the pulling will begin at 4 o'clock on Saturday. The show on Saturday is $20 per person. With your military ID, it is $10. And again, kids 10 and under are free. They are switching up the polling order on Saturday night, but it's all the same classes. So it's 8,026 diesels, then the the 410 carbureted small blocks, then the super stock diesel trucks, light super mod minis, then the 3.0 Limited Pro, then the Pro Farms, then the super mod minis, then the semis. Wow. What's that?
That's a lot of classes.
Yeah, 10 classes, both nights.
Okay.
So that's if you like diesel trucks or mini mods, you need to get to Georgia this weekend.
Yeah, it's an interesting combination, mini mods with.
It is. Trucks. Yeah, I would have never put those two together, but hey, different strokes for different folks.
Yeah.
They are advertising they're going to have over $40,000 in payouts. They don't say what classes are getting what, but usually a purse that big does bring out bigger names and more trucks and tractors. So
yeah, I wonder if any interstate boys are gonna.
I don't think their pro farm is the same as our pro farm. Wow. But as far as the mini class, I do not know the answer to that.
What are we gonna do with you? You're supposed to know this stuff.
I should. I really should. But hey, I know of 2 diesel trucks going. Does that count for anything? So.
That's well. I'm sure the pickle is one that's going. And John Mann's I know is going too. So.
Yep, those are the 2 that I know of are going.
Okay, I'm sure there's others.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be others that pop up down there. But Norm had a pretty good. Well, actually, Norm and John both had really good finishes down there last year. So.
Yeah, we actually have some news here when you're done with your as far as we did have we're going to be talking about Norm here shortly. So.
Oh, jeez.
It's all good. Happy Norm. Happy Norm news.
Happy Norm news.
Happy Norm news.
So, do you have the East Coast rundown for the champions?
How did you ever guess?
You know, I just had an inclination.
Long version for inkling.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually what Terry told me today was classes that had at least 3 hooks for the season. We only had 5 shows. Okay, yeah. So unfortunately, 2-wheel drives and modified tractors had 2 hooks. So they didn't. I mean, there's no big trophies involved or anything like that. There's probably going to be a little bit of money involved for them, and but I do know that the 2020 champions, 1, 2, 3, 4. We had 5 of them, believe it or not. So that had at least 3 hooks for the season. And modified 4-wheel drive trucks, the Killing Time Chevrolet of Troy Nels took the points in that class. And Super Stock Pro Stock Tractors was Corey Hoyt with the stress case.
Back-to-back years for him, isn't it?
That's correct.
Good for him.
Light Pro, Kevin Nutt with the Rolling Thunder International 966 took the championship there. And Limited Pro Stock Semis, the Greek boys, Dave Greek and Brian Greek, Jeremy Greek, with the Pressure Time Peterbilt. Took the champion
Awesome.
once again in that class. And and that green Ford in the East Coast Diesel Pro Stock Diesel 4-wheel drive truck class, Norman Newswanger with the
Never heard of him.
with the Chapter 11 Cummins powered Ford. Took the championship there, and that's not Norm's first championship, so well deserved. Hey, congratulations.
That was a really tight points race. Mans gave him a run for his money.
You bet.
And it was 2 points, wasn't it? That separated them.
I just wrote down what I was told. I don't know what the points were. I've had a busy day.
Down to the last hook. Yeah.
It's been a long day. My days. I got about an hour and a half sleep. I stayed up thinking, hoping, and wishing that things would get finished last night, and it didn't. But, anyway, so I was back up at 3:30, and back up at just a little bit before 5 a.m. I think it was. So, but also got some. There's been some telephone conversations between the higher ups and some event places. The June Bloomsburg event will go on in 2021, and that's a pull that the Hoyt family puts on at Bloomsburg Fairgrounds. Shippensburg, Pennsylvania will be a 2-day event in July of 2021 for East Coast. Greensboro, Maryland, I don't know the exact dates. Greensboro, Maryland has also been in contact. They don't have contracts yet, but they've got a verbal okay over the phone for these. Lincoln Speedway, once again, is probably in for I would say 2 events, if not more. That guy's really gung ho. The track the second time around was much better, and it's only going to get better. So that's just a few of the events that have come forth by telephone and are ready to go for 2021. So that's awesome news there.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That this early, that's great to have that many people wanting to participate.
Yep. I just I just hope we can go pulling. I don't know. I just hope we can go pulling. But what's been nice? Yeah, other than the nonsense that's going on, I haven't heard a dime about COVID.
Nope.
Not a word about COVID. So,
it's funny how it just disappears like that, isn't it?
I'm sure they'll be back on it, and I know it's still going on, but it's out of the mainstream medium right now because of other stuff that's going on. So
yeah.
Yep, no COVID stuff, and the hospital here at home is quiet. I'm not saying they're COVID free, but it's very quiet. So knock on wood.
Yeah.
I guess other areas are saying it's on the uprise again, but I'm.
Depends on what state you're in.
I know. But what else can we talk about? We are, like I say, I got to call Brian. I told him I was going to call him. We got to go over some things. As far as, like I said, I want to send him some stuff from this past weekend's event. Maybe including this Hook magazine. Hook, if you've never had the opportunity, irregardless. I mean, Brian's first magazine was the Hook magazine. I was actually writing for that magazine before Brian bought it. And,
okay.
I know her name was Dana, but her last name escapes me right now. Used to own that magazine, and of course, then Brian bought it, and I knew Brian. I was like, awesome. You're getting the opportunity to buy that magazine. And he's really done a good job with that. And all my East Coast stuff used to be in the Hook magazine. And of course, then along, Lucas Oil came in and, said, hey, we need a magazine. And that was a big step up. So that was awesome too. But he does a great job with those. And I'd like to get him on here and just chew his ear, because he's a wealth of knowledge, a great person to talk to. And I mean, you can talk to him anything from antique all the way up to whatever.
Pro stocks. Yeah.
Anything, He's a wealth of knowledge, great person, and we gotta get Brian Lively on here. So, hi CJ.
Yeah.
But,
I was just looking at Gordyville's website to see if there was any updates or anything like that. Looks like there's more tractors signed up since I was on here last time.
I just talked to Clint last week. and we're getting ready to do our annual video swaps. But
Okay.
he's really busy in the field right now, so trying to get
Yeah, that's kind of why I wasn't
crops done.
expecting to see any updates, but every
He's
class I've
probably
looked at,
got somebody helping him with it, I'm sure.
yeah.
But
Looks like there's another Pennsylvania truck heading out there. So 3 Pennsylvania people. Carl Ankowitz signed up.
okay, great, man.
Yeah.
That's going to be hard not to go now. I might have to.
Yeah.
It's so hard to get away for a week, man. Anymore.
And
But,
there's a couple blue tractors signed up.
oh, I'm
you
sure.
know.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember the very first year of that pool.
Uh-huh.
Davey Moore was running my turbo
Mm-hmm.
with his first tractor. Toby Markley was out there. Guy Gokin, the whole crew. The whole
Yeah.
my turbo crew went out there. That's around the local area here. And man, that was a lot of fun. I was actually trying to shoot photos. No, I did not know what I was doing. Still don't. But that was a non-digital camera too. That was a lot of wasted film, but I had fun, by golly. But I went out actually with Randy Devon and his wife at the time, and spent the weekend out there. And I remember time leading up to that event. Clint's all gung ho and telling me how all this is going to work, that's going to work, and I said okay. And he said, "Man, I hope you're in for a lot of pulling. You don't mind long hours of pulling." I said, "Hey, if I'm coming all the way out there, I want my money's worth, right?"
Yeah.
And he said, "Oh, you're going to get it. You're not going to believe how many tractors are going to be here." And man, he wasn't lying, man.
They pack them in there.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And it's a great track. It really is a
Yeah.
great track.
Speaking of Randy Devon, I was looking at the late pro stock class, and Justin Hopkins has signed up. He hasn't been
Yeah.
out there for a couple years, so
Yeah. Probably
he's been there. His tractor
yeah,
hasn't
right,
been there.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another person I miss seeing around the pits here locally.
Mm-hmm.
But what's the dates? You have the dates and stuff for that event. We might as well talk about it. We're talking about it, so.
Let me get back here. It's January. It's always around like the 15th, 16th. Where is it? The 15th, 16th, and 17th.
Okay.
So it's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It is 2 sessions, all 3 days. And they will run from, I think they start at, they start at noon, and they'll be pulling through till like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Oh yeah.
So
we have some female just come on here. You know who that is? She's like blowing me kisses and stuff. I don't know who that is.
Oh, yeah. You might want to go get that checked out.
Crazy lady. She said she had worked a long day today, and I guess she's got another long one Friday. So, but,
oh boy.
She said she'd try to check in. Literally, she came in the door. I was getting ready to walk back here to get ready to go. So.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, Gordyville, absolutely. Put it on your bucket list.
Mm-hmm.
Murfreesboro, Tennessee, put it on your bucket list. That's usually within a week or two of Gordyville. Who else are we missing there? Of course, Louisville. Everybody knows about
Louisville. Which everybody seems to think it's a go. Limited seating and everything like that. But, yes, it's juicy CJ's response there. That's hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Put them pools on your bucket list. It's Gordyville. If you like tractors, man, you're going to have
and
plenty
diesel trucks
to see.
this year.
Yeah, diesel trucks. Yeah,
two diesel truck classes. So
that building has a low ceiling in it, and I remember the first year they brought Jeremy Nelson and a couple others coming there with 2-wheel drives. Ooh, now this was just they came in Wednesday when they do their testing on Wednesday evening.
Mm-hmm.
They run test runs in there, test sled and track stuff. Man, oh man, that was pretty crazy. That was loud.
I can't imagine. I know the
loud.
trouble we have at Keystone with them, and that ceiling's much higher.
Very high.
I can't imagine the dust and everything that got knocked off when they came down through.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yep. But they made good passes. That track it's a very good track in that building. I've seen a lot of guys go in there and miss the front end weight badly.
Oh yeah, we're always as much weight as you can put on the front there.
And Esden Lane was one of them.
Yeah.
He ran a light diesel suit, light superclass there one year. and it got out of control on him
Mm.
pretty quick too. But yeah,
Oh yeah.
it's a great track. It really is. A lot of memories, a lot of good times out there. That's for sure.
A lot of memories I can't talk about.
Well, I wasn't going to go there, but yeah, yeah. There's usually just depends on how late the pool ran.
Yeah. And how well we did that night.
Right, right.
Yeah, the night that we rebuilt Vern's tractor, that both engines broke and like I mean broke.
Yeah.
And Jason said I didn't come all this way to load two broken tractors up, so we fixed one. Oh my golly, that was I ain't never spent so much money at Advanced Auto Parts and the Rural King out there in my life.
I love that
But
Rural King. That Rural King store is awesome.
oh well, I'm blacklisted from there. I'm pretty sure I'm still on some sort of don't let her buy anything.
Yeah, I still got.
Usually when you walk usually when you walk in a store and say, "I need all the ether and brake clean you got."
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah, it's, buying all these explosives and, it's all in good fun.
what are you doing with this?
Um,
I'm going down here to Gordyville.
yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, that
uh,
I still got
maybe trying
stuff
to make a
here.
deal of it.
I have a chair. I bought a chair there because I
Mhm,
went all the way out there and just run off and forgot a chair here. Because when you're in there filming, I was actually shooting photos that year,
mhm.
and Marty Kern used to help me film a lot at that particular time and went with me. And I'm like, man, I ain't got a chair, and I know I'm going to need to sit down from time to time.
Mhm.
And I went in there and I got a bag chair, and I still use that bag chair, and it's specifically for the buck. It fits under the cable. It's just low enough it keeps me down below them cables he's got at the end of the track, and I use it
Uh-huh.
to shoot photos with. I've been sitting in that chair for gosh, almost 10 years now, so it's really lasted a long. And I gave like $7 or $10 for it, something like that. So
Yeah.
yeah. And chicken poop. You ever had their chicken poop?
I've seen it, never had it, but I've seen
It's
it.
chapstick, is what it is. But
Yeah.
they call it chicken poop. It's a novelty, and I probably still have some of it around here somewhere. But that's a cool store. I really enjoyed that.
It's got everything you could possibly want or need.
Yep. I remember Marty one year there. Probably the last year we went out there. He ended up buying a tree stand and some other stuff out of there. So
Yeah, well, one year there we got an ice cream maker, like the old fashioned with, the crank handle.
yeah.
Jason bought, oh my gosh, he bought a lot of stuff there last year. We went over to the restaurant down the road. He's like, I'll be right there. I'm just going to run in
Hmm.
here and look for us something. Well, he came in. He's like, I need the car keys. I need to go load all this stuff up. Jesus, Pete. We done had our food, halfway done eating,
Yeah.
and he was still over there shopping. But,
Now you got somebody blowing kisses to you, Kendra.
oh boy. Gonna make me blush.
Ruh-roh.
But no, Gordyville's a good time. You never know what you're gonna get into, but it's never a bad time.
No, absolutely not.
So take
And
your Carhartts, take as many layers as you
yeah,
think you're gonna need, and then pack one more.
and get plenty of sleep before you go. You're gonna need it.
Yes. And go ahead and map out all the steak and shakes so you can stop at least once or twice.
Oh man, it's hard to drive by any of them.
Yeah.
But that little restaurant out front in the parking lot's pretty good too. If you can get in there and sit down, and they got
Yeah.
very good steak.
The
At least-
Stagecoach.
yeah, yep. I've ate in
Yeah,
there a few
that
times.
yeah, you got to go at odd hours if you want to get a seat right away.
Hmm. Yeah, and we when you're filming or shooting photos, you don't have much option.
Yeah, you don't have that.
Usually, we'll send somebody over, myself or Rodney Crum, whoever we got an extra
Mhm.
person with us. We'll send them over and get in line to get in the place, and usually by the time they got near a table, we were on our way over there. So, but, yeah, their steaks
Yeah,
pretty
and
good.
it's good food and it's quick service.
Yep.
And if you go in late enough, the waitresses will drink a beer with you. So that's always fun too.
No comment.
But yeah, Gordyville, it's a different kind of tractor pull out there, but it's one of the best ones you can go
It
to.
is. It's a
So
good time. And I did attend his one pool at Cloverdale, the one that
Mhm.
NTPA does now. And I started 10 o'clock that one morning and filmed all the way, all day, all evening, and packed up at, I want to say, 3:30 that morning
Oh
to
my
go get a
gosh.
nap and come back and do it again in about 6 hours. So yeah, and they were still pulling on the other track when I walked out. It's There's two track deal indoors, and
Mm,
his brother Nick would do a track, and I would film the other track. And yeah, but
that's
I
nuts.
just looked at him and waved with a smile because I was headed to go to sleep. He's the one that picked the tracks. He had to
Yep.
have that track where the diesel supers are going to run. I was like, all right, well, fine. I got stuck with all the trucks, and I don't care. It was fun.
Yeah.
And I was the one that got to go out before him. So
Out the door earlier.
that's right. Yeah, by an hour. I think he said they filmed till 4:30 in the
Oh my
morning.
golly.
And I know Clint ended up passing out or something. Had to call him an ambulance or something. But
Oh, I'm
he was just
sure.
stressed out, man. He really had a rough time that weekend. Well, we all got there. You know, the building was rented and set up, ready to go. Well, they didn't
Hmm.
tell him that parking was closed because they were redoing all the area around the building. So poolers were pitted throughout the town there of Cloverdale and
Oh my
literally towing them
gosh.
down the streets to get them into the buildings to pool. And
Oh my golly. What? Oh, I can't even imagine that
yeah,
logistical nightmare.
yeah, it was crazy. And
Oh,
but man, we pulled a lot of, I don't know how many, and 700 and some entries. We got it done, but I'm gonna tell you what, it was a long weekend. And I think it's 2008. It's '08 or '09 we did that Cloverdale. It was either the first or second year at Keystone. It might have been the second year at Keystone. Uh, it was right like the week or two before Keystone. I remember leaving my ex-wife at the time here with the phone, with all the ticket sale calls coming in.
uh,
But I might as well throw you. Might as well throw you. Well, I have a motorhome, but and I did drive it to Gordyville one time, and I'll never do it again. It was
oh,
cold. I had to worry about stuff freezing up like crazy. I had to put blankets and heat lamps in the engine compartment bay because the way I had to park. I mean, it was a really, really cold wind chill coming in that
uh-huh.
big front end of that motorhome, freezing stuff up. And
Oh, I'm
but we
sure.
got through it. You know, oh my lord, I'll never ever do this again.
Yeah, the only thing we care about when we go to Gordyville is a hot shower at the hotel.
Yeah,
That's all we care about.
absolutely. Thanks, you, CJ.
Yep.
We appreciate it. We have fun, man. And I've got a whole lot more, a whole lot more. Once a
Say
day, at least once
I've
a
been
day.
thinking about a list of people who we need to get on here. So
That's good.
we'll have to see. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Just let me know if you got somebody lined up. Let me know because
Yep.
they're more than welcome to come on. And I just I'm going to continue with this particular format for now.
Mhm.
They'll just use they can come on and use the link like I send you. And I
Mhm.
don't know why we're talking about this on here, but
Yeah.
just so maybe if you're watching or listening, and they just will click on it and they can just once they're in a Google Hangouts page, which is where you're at now. You look, you see there's
Yep.
a little camera icon down there. If they don't want to be on the camera on their cell phone, you just click on that. We can still hear them. We just won't see them,
Mhm.
which is fine. So I'm going to continue to use this one. There was another one called StreamYards I was thinking about switching to, um, but I've learned enough about this one now. So I like this one because I can run videos and photos,
Yeah.
shows, and stuff like that. So I don't think you can do that with StreamYard. I want to check into it, but this one works for now. So when it wants to work.
Yeah.
But there is an update. I'm getting ready to download an update. So as time allows, it's been very, very busy here. So um, we got some bad. I don't even shouldn't even talk about it here. I got some bad news the other day. One of my cousins, he's 4 or 5 years older than me, I guess. I won't get into ages, but he fell and gashed his head. He
Oh
fell
no.
against steps. They took him to the hospital and sent him home because he's a hard head like me don't want to be in a hospital. He died. He died later that evening. We couldn't.
Oh
Everybody
no.
was like, "You got to be kidding me!" And
Oh
yeah, so and he's down around in Madison, not too far from where I forget his name, Brad Gentry, and the other guy that used to hang with Brad Gentry all the time, older fellow.
yeah. Mhm.
Down in that area there, Madison's where they live. And yeah, it's oh my goodness, wow. I'm just going to step aside. Just remember,
I'm
this
getting
is a
all the
G-rated
attention
show,
tonight.
folks. This is a PG show. That's fine. Be careful how you use the word pickle on this channel, too.
Yeah. Yeah. Be careful about pickles.
But
Although Pickles should be getting his truck ready for the weekend, so I don't know if he's watching or not.
yeah, it's hard to say with him. But,
Yeah.
so anyway, that was the bad news.
Sorry to hear that.
I put a post on Facebook that said we should be celebrating, which we still can't do that anyway. But I said there's no reason to celebrate this day. So yeah, so that's kind of some other things going on. You know, just so busy. But I want to get this program updated, and I almost need help. It's getting close to the point where I need help here. So it gets that busy right this time of year especially. But we'll get it done. So.
Yeah, Davey. Pickle is Norm Newswanger's nickname.
And
he's got a smoking pickle on the front of his truck.
He's got his truck is green. It's a green Ford.
Yeah.
And just kind of pickle called on. Everybody started calling it pickle.
And then now he's got the smoking pickle in front of the Chapter 11. It's just
Yep.
Who knows where it came from, but
that's hard to say. I'm sure some of the guys in the class probably nicknamed him that. I had a nickname for each one of them had their own nickname, but I've done and forgotten what I used to call them each. But of course, you know, Delton Sensitive is the one I started on. I used to call him the Leprechaun and whatever, not because he's a little short fellow. But, yeah, that's another great class, and I just wish I mean, pulling's done for the year. Unless you go indoors. I just wish we could have had more events, man. You know, sit and look back on it. I mean, I've got plenty of events, thanks to Snyder County and Interstate. And, we had 5 events for the East Coast, PPL East Coast, but could have been so much more.
Yeah.
The good thing to it was I got to spread my wings a little bit and go to other clubs. That was kind of nice. See some old faces again and some old friends and talk, and had a good time. Good time. So who knows what 2021 is going to hold? I don't know. We'll see here soon, I guess. Hopefully we don't get locked down. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. Yes, we're here every Wednesday. We try to be. And Keystone Nationals, we're
I was
waiting.
Just getting ready to ask you, has it been finalized yet?
We are now. We've not met yet. We're waiting. We're patiently waiting to see. We don't. I guess, lack of better terms, and make a long story short, we want to see the direction the country's heading. Okay, with leadership before we make all these plans and get shut down again. So when we know what the country's doing, we're going to meet, and then we'll make plans from there. So we'll see.
Well, it's a lot of volunteer hours. You know what I mean? You guys are all volunteer, and why start planning for something in a time of such uncertainty right now? So
and uncertainty is the key word. So we'll know soon. I don't know how soon. It's probably going to be a little while.
Yeah.
We're probably still going to have to. We're going to have to meet soon. I mean, just there's stuff we can discuss in case we can move forward. So, but that'll be coming up very soon. So we'll see.
Yep.
As of now, we'll plan to be here next Wednesday at 8:00, and maybe I can get, if you got somebody in mind that you think will come on, just shoot me a message, and I'll talk with Brian. I'm going to call him. I got to get some stuff lined up with him, and I'd like to get him on here too, and sometime here soon. And like I say, he can fill an hour or two. He's a great talker. He's got a lot of information, and I'm sure he's very heavily involved with that Tunica, Mississippi antique tractor pull, and I'm sure he has plenty of information for that he would like to get out, for everybody to listen to. So I can see, he's a busy bee. So if I can swing him in here for an hour, maybe we'll try to get him on here in the next week or two, and you just let me know what you've got up your sleeve, and we'll make something work.
Yep. We'll get some people in here to talk. Yeah. Get some stories.
Mike Hanks has been a pulling fan for over 40 years. I don't feel so bad now.
Yeah.
I started going to tractor pulls as a youngin' in 1975. 1975 at the Buck. We went to the Buck every Saturday night. We used to pull at the Buck. So, yep. 1975. Can you beat that, Mike Hanks? I'll wait for your answer before I sign off. How long would that be? 40 years? 50 years? No,
45.
45, okay. Me too, and at the Buck. How about that? That's awesome, man. Yep, the Buck. A world famous Buck. Back then it was Buck Tractor Pulls. It wasn't Buck Motorsports Park. It was Buck Tractor Pulls. We used to have a cartoon buck sitting in a modified tractor, front end up in the air, pulling on our t-shirts, hats, and stuff back then. Yep, yeah, we love the Buck, man. I'm glad we still. There's been Mike and all the 78 here in my state. Awesome. CJ's up there too. See, see these old guys are throwing you kisses. See,
story of my life. No, just kidding.
But I forgot what I was going to say now. I don't remember now. Oh, Mike, there's been rumors that Walmart, the place is sold out to Walmart and stuff. The Buck, and Mike brings that up at the banquet every year for the Buck. And of course, he didn't have one this year, but and it's a joke, He's like, everybody thinks I sold out to Walmart again every year, and it's not true. The place is not for sale right now. He has no desire to sell out right now. So, but if he did, he's not going. I don't think he's going to sell to somebody who's going to continue the the motorsports program there. So, I know of a very popular New York puller who has expressed interest in buying that place when Mike's ready to sell. So I won't say any names, but it's a big modified puller. I'll leave it at that. Old Easy JR, we just well seasoned. Yeah, well, I'm headed into my mid 50s. I'm over seasoned. Nah, I still get around like a kid every now and then. So. All right, it's hour and 4 minutes. We're not gonna take up any more time here. I gotta get some sleep. I know the bags are growing under my eyes. I need some sleep. So, but thanks for tuning in.
Oh my goodness, that's hilarious.
Oh boy. Conversation's going right over the edge, man. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I appreciate you guys tuning in, and feel free to ask questions. Come in every week if you can. Bring some friends in here. I got Super Chat open. We're not asking you to donate, but if you want to, you can. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, and I'm going to go get some rest. And we'll see you. Hopefully, it should be next Wednesday. If not, it'll be next Thursday. But I'm not sure where we're going to go with the meeting yet. So, anything else, Kendra, you have to say? Or
nope.
Make sure you're not. I don't want to. If you want to send him a kiss, I'll just get out of the way here.
I don't think I can with my laptop. But, I mean, I'm younger, but I'm not that tech savvy, so.
Okay, so all right.
Yep. Thanks everybody for tuning in.
Absolutely. Thanks for tuning in. Like, subscribe, and share. Hit that thumbs up, man. And we will see you probably with a special guest I don't know why we got to get the tongue involved. But we'll see. Maybe I'll just let you all have your fun.
Yeah.
But we'll probably have a guest in here next week, and we'll go from there. We'll have a little fun with somebody anyway. So, guys, we'll see you next week. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be right back, Kendra.